Good morning, God bless. I do apologize that YouTube does not have any filters, but I'm in my best favorite place, just home alone, chilling. So the inside glow is just beautiful, and I won't apologize for it. I like being at home, ugly and comfortable. All praises to Jesus. I had a situation recently that was like I kind of confided in somebody basically on something that had been going on in my life, and I was just like, they were like, "Wow, well, you're very positive for dealing with what you deal with." First of all, I deal with what a lot of black women have to deal with that people don't want to confront, that people want to push up under the rug, and it's not just me. So we're gonna lead it with that. A lot of people like to get offended by what we go through, but imagine how it is to actually be the group of individuals who have to go through it. So before you get mad at somebody for assuming what people go through, just know that some people are not the same. That's the whole point of I don't know what you want to call it, of hatred. You know, they might not hate you if you look like them. They might not hate you if they're your friends. They might not despise you if you're from a certain place. But anyway, with that being said, he had said you're kind of positive for all of the negative things that you're going through. Gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, you're kind of positive for all of the negative things that you're going through. And I almost took that time to feel sorry for myself, because when I look back, I have been through a lot. I have experienced a lot. I have heard a lot. I have been hated for just being myself, for just being wiser than they expected. That they have showed up on my job resume or whatever they were assuming, or what they assume about people who look like me or come from places like me. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I was like, dang, I have been through a lot. But it made me reflect. When I thought of that, I also thought God has brought me through a lot. Like, I'm almost running out of things to pray for. Everything that I wanted and I needed out of life, God fulfilled me. Even though it took a lot of hurt and pain, it took a lot of embarrassment, a lot of people saying a lot of mean things to me, treating me a certain way, treating me different, expecting more of me than other people. And then when people don't know why I'm doing it above the expectations, because they don't know that their friends or people that look like them are expecting more of me, because they actually might be good people, so they don't understand. So to them, it's always something that somebody has to find a flaw in us. To them, now I'm showing off, or I'm being but this is what I have to be. To some people, our exceptional is what it takes for us just to be being good or decent. Somebody can do our good or decent, and next thing you know, they are promoted. They can take credit for something we do and be promoted. We try to bring up something that we do and we're bragging or something like that. So I've learned now that this is a common thing. It's not, once again, it's not just me. It's most people who look like me and come from places that I come from. And it's a fight that is going to always probably be a fight. It's nothing that I can do as a single person besides expose it. But with that being said, all that pushed aside, the most important thing is look at God. I'm still strong. I'm still positive. I still love people of all, whatever races, genders, and whatever sexualities, whatever you want to call it. And even though they have to lie and say I don't, to feel good about themselves, to say somehow I triggered them or offended them or whatever, because they've already offended themselves when they think that a certain way about certain people, and they expect you to live up to it, or don't live up to as much as they expect from others or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, when I look back, I was like, dang, I'm actually running out of things to pray for, because I went through a lot, but each thing got me closer to each thing that I wanted in life. Like, I fulfilled like a prophecy, I still did everything, and yes, it was a lot, but it didn't stop anything. It didn't stop me from knowing that my granddad raised a princess, that my granddad told me, prepared me for evil people. He already installed in me wonderful things he said about me, so that when you say something to me, it almost bounces off, and it's like, who you think you're talking to, because I'm my granddaddy's princess, and we all should be our parents' princesses and princess and things like that. We shouldn't be raised up in hatred. But later on, I did experience hatred because of that same attitude that I had in me, that strength. People and some people close to me that were offended by that, so they tried to break me. So I was already broken before you probably seen me. So your little stuff ain't got nothing on, because I don't even know you or like you. So imagine somebody who I love saying, I wish you would die, on my birthday. Let's just throw it out there. Every year, let's just throw that out there as well. Not happy birthday, but I'm intentionally gonna call you and say I wish you were dead, and I wish you never were born. For whatever reason, I never got an answer to that. But anyway, never got apologies. So we're living without apologies. So that's already strength. We're living and doing things that we could have got a sentence for. But we knew the people had scenarios where they knew they were not going to get one, and they just wanted to see us in different scenarios. They had everything conditioned and controlled, and friends in certain areas. That's how they got their jobs and different things like that. And then they want to make it look like, encourage you, like, are you backing down from something? Where it took wisdom to realize that you got all this planned and you just can't stand the power of a black woman. But once again, with all that being said, yes, I have been through a lot. I think I have proven myself a lot. I think God is amazing, I've also reached everything that I prayed for and cried for through all of it. So I can't look back and say, yeah, I'm positive, because positive things have been happening, and happening occurs so that if somebody put their name on God's child, He's going to put their blessings on them, So each time somebody hurt me, God kept blessing me. Each time I lost something, God kept giving me more. And it was consistent, because these people were not backing down. Like, they were, every chance I got any little thing, they were trying to get and take and break. But, yes, I've been through a lot. But you know what else? I gained a lot. Even if it's not physically that you can see it, you should be able to see it on the inside of me. So that's the strength that I have to be positive, and to still be able to tell my truth. And it doesn't make me cry. It doesn't make me ashamed. I'm not ashamed of, I'm ashamed of giving people opportunities. But the people who came into my life who were evil, they are the ones who should be ashamed of. Learn to not carry that shame and guilt, because I went through things that I should have never experienced in the first place. And once again, it's not just me. Some areas were some bad areas. They had a lot of bad things coming. But it's your mindset, and thank God it was my grandfather who just installed in me a lot of love, that his love carries me, and on top of that, Jesus carries me, and my grandmother, and just a different love. I had really good hearts around me, even if they were sick, even if they gave in to different habits. I had really pure, I had evil ones, but I had pretty good, pure hearts. Yeah, so anyway, I love you. God bless. So this doesn't say anything but to keep going. As long as God gives you breath to keep going, there's some devils who's going to know that and not even want you to breathe. They're not going to even want you to see. They're not going to want other people to see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, They wanted people to think that this was it for me, that was it. We're going to kick her out while she's down. We're going to take everything from her. We're going to make it look like she was just out there for the streets, and she's doing things that she never have done. Even though I've been to some low places, I don't judge anybody, but there's some things that I would hope I would never have to do. And where people at that situation saw was their only out. I think that's what they wanted me to see, but what they didn't see when they backed us up in those corners and expected us to go this way, that way, left or right, that we can go north. That God has given us wings. God has given us a different superpower strength. And it's not just me. It's not just in me. It's nothing special that I do or have done. Besides, I kept a pure heart through it all. I never intentionally tried to hurt anybody. I never intentionally was a racist or a sexist or anything like that. I was raised in church, so and I asked God for discernment. Some things I was right about, some things I was wrong about. Some things we hear in the Bible how we want to hear it. But I never hated anybody. I might hate the way you did somebody. I might hate the spirit on you. I never hated anybody. And I definitely never envied anybody. I never was jealous of anybody. I never did the conniving things that they did to feel like they needed to get ahead, especially hurting somebody to get ahead, blocking somebody or stopping somebody in an already difficult situation like they did. And when I say already difficult, being a single mother, being isolated and alone, and black sheep or whatever you want to call it, secluded or whatever like that, and still having the strength to go on. And it's already a hard struggle and journey that most people can't do. People are out here doing the most, I mean, if you just do your basic, you're just a blessing. There's women out here who's just offering their own children, their own parents for checks, and they have the nerve to try to criticize you. Just don't let these people, just keep on going, keep on doing your best, because more than likely that you grab their attention, you already are one of the best. You already are touched, anointed, and blessed. I think it comes with the territory, honestly, for golden, whatever. I call it golden. I ain't quite chocolate. Golden caramelized. We just have some very strong ancestors. We just have some to endure what we endure. You best believe they had to have some very good hearts, very good souls and spirits, and just for it to reach us, and not allow people in their evil. I had a lot of evil happen to me, and there's not an evil bone inside of me. Sometimes I wish it was. There's not. And there's not a person who thought that they hurt my feelings, that they actually hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. Like I said, especially not no child, because you haven't experienced anything to hurt you haven't proven to me that you can do this without being where I am, without having a fall or setback. And you haven't shown me that you had a fall and you bounced back from it. So you could never compare. You could never compete. You could never upset, I might have getting upset that people would try, because it's like, of all the things you could be doing in your life, you would hate me that much that you want to try to bring me down. You want to try to hide my progress. You want to try to hide me. You want to try to take credit from me. You want to try to sabotage my work. You want to try to make things difficult for me. All that even still empowers me, because it's like it must be something wonderful inside of me, that they feel is lacking inside of them, or the people that they want to see prosper. So I said more than I expected to say, because all I wanted to say is God is awesome. And I just have no reason. I don't need you to feel sorry for me, and I don't have a reason to feel sorry for me, because meanwhile everything was happening, God was blessing me. And this has been from the beginning of birth. It was rocky from the entrance, and God blessed me from giving me to my grandparents instead, to them teaching me about Jesus, to me showing my first angels on earth, the strength and love, and how to love, and I still don't think I can match the way my grandmother loves, but all I can do is try. But that it was so exceptional that me even being halfway at that mark makes me stand out from a lot of people who were not taught that way here. But I'm not going to apologize for being me. I'm not going to apologize for liking to read and being knowledgeable, and have most of the stuff I just experienced it before. So I'm prepared for people. You know what I'm saying? I'm prepared for hatred. I'm prepared for what you're gonna do probably before you think you're gonna do it. As a reaction to somebody like me, somebody who's powerful and connected to Christ, and who has experienced. The main thing, experienced this before. People are experienced in different areas. So just because you have more experience in one area than somebody else doesn't make you better, because they're gonna have something they're more experienced in. And even if they don't, nothing makes you better than anybody else. So if that's what you get from me, you got it all wrong. You might get the trust and confidence, heck of confidence in God, and you are misinterpreting it. So my apologies for your misinterpretation, but that's not going to make me dim my light, shine, act stupid, or act like I don't know how to do things, or not know that I'm deserving of things that you would give to somebody who did not look like me. Anyway, God is awesome. God can make some of the most darkest places, like it said in the Bible, like let there be light. He definitely does that. He goes to the most darkest places, the most darkest situations, and he enlightens you. He provides you knowledge. He provides you the will to go get the knowledge. He directed me to what books I needed to read. I'm sure what pastors and motivational speakers I needed to follow. So anyway, so anything going out for me probably forward is probably going to be positive, because I never wanted nobody pity in the first place. I never needed anybody's pity in the first place. Nobody pity ever got anything from me, or nobody who ever even had anything against me did anything for me. So a lot of it's just no purpose. But so anything forward would probably be just probably cooking recipes. I would like people to know about narcissism, how they can take something close to the truth, and that's kind of what happened to me, and use it to attach it to a bigger lie and make people believe it. But again, I think at the end of the day, it's just addressing why people have their mouth on other people. If you want to discuss something, discuss your life and your progress, and not trying to control how other people see the world or how they anything about other people. So anyway, but yeah, cooking, hair. I had to do a protective style with my hair because I had some hair issues, and I'm looking for some healthy growths. When you see my healthy growths, catch all this catch up, probably get a nice healthy afro, and probably no more perms for me. No more hair glue for me. I just want natural, healthy hair, and everybody has something they work on, so you can't even shame me for that. So, but people will try. People will try to nitpick at anything. People don't like our confidence, our peace, our calm, our knowing. They you know what? There's people who were, taught fear. They've been taught fear about us. They've been taught fear about the world ending and God not being in control. And we break what they were taught. We were taught the opposite. We were taught to have faith and trust in God. And that's a lot of why they envy us. And also people like us getting into powerful positions would just change their whole world of who they think are winning. But I don't think they're winning, because a lot of them, they're miserable. Even with their money, they're just miserable people. So they're not really even winning. But anyway, you win. You know what you want. You know how to go across what will make you happy, successful, fulfilled, and do for who loves you, do for who you're there to care for and provide for. Love who comes into your presence, even sometimes even if they're not the nicest people. That's the only advice that I can give to you. But moving forward, man, I think at this point, at this day, and I don't know what made that person remind me, I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. I'm so grateful. I could just tell the world, like, you just need God. Many times I had nothing else, and he just came through. Just things I didn't even think was possible. I got evicted for $700 a month rent. Actually I had it, but whatever. Yeah, the landlord was told bad things about me that wasn't true, because the other whatever happened. But to have him come up with $700, $800 a week, and did not God provide? And did he not provide for a week? But he continued this for years. And I didn't have to do anything devilish. All I had to do was go to work and work with some devils. I met some devils, but and trust in God. And I just feel like I didn't do anything special other than that, but pray and want better and not give in and cry, because a lot of times it hurt letting people get away with things and say things that they said at that time, like, especially when they, like, in your mind below you, they think you below them, but you like, dude, you want to check, but I had a prophecy to fulfill, and at this point I feel like I fulfilled it. Hate it or love it, underdogs on top. I love y'all, and I pray for the same for y'all, if not better. But mainly it starts in your heart, to not be envious of anybody like me, anybody in your family, anybody that because like for me, they grouped up and decided they were going to attack, or we're going to keep down, or we're going to not help. We're going to criticize, to keep it from hurting everybody else. We're just going to pick this one person. It's okay, So anyway, if you just don't have a mindset like that, and you can think for yourself, and you can trust in God for yourself, and you have a heart of love, and not trying to one up a woman, be more better than a woman, think you better because you married as a woman or something like that. Because a lot of married people are doing some ungodly things, and a lot of unmarried people are just living the same things that those people would do if they were not married. They're trying to find love, and sometimes you run into good, sometimes you run into bad. There's no reason to judge anybody. So if you can't help them and love them, then leave them alone. I think that's the only secret that I have. That's it. And as far as if anybody think about beauty, God, and also honestly, evil. I had a narcissistic person steal years of my life that I didn't get a chance to live. So I'm behind in years, honestly. My whatever age is I had years stolen from my life, and I don't expect that or want that from you. So before you envy anything for anybody, just know everything comes with the territory. People come with things you might not can put up with, deal with, accept. Not things I wish I did not accept. I wish I knew better then, but I wouldn't have knew now, even if I didn't experience it. So yeah, that's just a long story, and I just want to just thank God for pulling me through it all. I know the devil's never gonna stop and quit, especially since the power is even stronger now. The influence is probably even stronger now. But when you see me, I just want to be proud, beautiful, and represent God without even having much to say. Like, just know, yeah, you saw me at my lowest. Yeah, you thought that was it. Yeah, you tried to take what I had. You tried to put me in some very uncompromisable situations, make me seem like something that I wasn't. But I pulled through. I pulled like with nothing, you know. Like I was at the point where people do give in, but I found every strength that I had and every prayer that I had to build up. And I mean, the devil right at my, at my door. Like I said, in those corners, but I didn't know those devil didn't know that we had wings, that we had the strength of the Lord in us. So I love you. I love everybody who was not critical and tried to help the best as you could. Didn't know how bad these strongest house was. So just any lifting hands. So all I'll just say is pray that when you can help people, you help them, because it all made a difference. All those people were my angels with anything, with giving me a ride home, with words of encouragement, with giving me a job, without firing me instantly because of something that somebody said. I don't know if the NARC is calling the jobs. I hear that they do that. Probably got family in the government. There's definitely something going on. It'd be a whirlwind to make sure that people like us don't learn our strength and our powers. But yeah, a lot was going on. And I just think not only God, he sends personal angels. Like I said, he sent my grandparents. And then there was other people who went through things and they didn't tell me they were going through things, until it was late. You find out they have cancer all this time. And there's a lot of angels on earth. So also be wary how you put your burdens on people, because some of these people already have their burdens, but they're hiding them well. And they have a heart and they'll reach out to you and help you. We reach out to people faster because we know what it's like to be hurt and not have nobody hear us and help us and want to see us succeed. So I want to thank every angel who ever came into my life. Like I said, with anything, like I said, a lot of times a lot of things is just, being able to maintain the little I had until I got better. And without doing anything, if you're not crooked, you have to work, I wasn't working in some very unstable situations, some people who just didn't want me to succeed. They wanted me to continue to fall, They saw me sleeping on the street, or something like that, or begging people for a room, or, just begging for help, applying places, being denied. These people saw me. These people laughed. These people made it hard. These people got me put out. But God saw me. He picked me up. And some people gave me opportunities, and I appreciate all of it, everything. Like I said, from a word to a ride, to just love, to just help, to just loving my family and not being crooked, and seeing that I was vulnerable and hurt and not myself, and lost a lot of my strength. Was totally broken down. So thank you for anybody who revealed me, all these motivational speakers who take the time to talk to us and reveal to us what's going on when we don't understand because our hearts are too big, that people are just out here just crappy people and mean people, and it's nothing that we did. I just want to say that I love you all, and I wish you all the best, and I wish your prophecy be fulfilled and your life represent nothing but Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name, amen.